queens, boos, and all of yous. What's up and welcome back to another, we about to have it, lit edition of Their POV with
Yes,
Nikki.
yes,
We are your
yes.
host, Nikki Johnson.
And I am the King, King Harrington. How y'all be? How y'all be? Happy Sunday. Sunday night, anyway.
I think the people be amazing. We have your favorite cousins in the building again. So we're going to bring them in just a
Yep,
moment.
yep.
But we're going to do what we do, which is do our shout outs after we share our weekend. So, how was your weekend, King?
It was cool until when let me say I came in with a tendonitis on my right shoulder. Excuse me, left shoulder. So a little pain there, trying to work it out. But
Who you
had
been
a good
boxing
Friday
with?
night. My
Who you been boxing with?
ain't no boxing, just a little bit, just a little bit of pulling a little bit too hard, on the chin ups and stuff, doing the push up, air, when I get that active thing going in, starts to
Okay.
mess with the brother. So
Yeah,
just got to
okay.
watch out for that.
Hmm.
My cousin, shout out to the Richmond Raiders, Richmond County, Rockingham, North Carolina, conference championship, Friday night. So that was a good game. My cousin played in, enjoyed that yesterday. Just hung out with some friends, did a little outback, and here we are today. Getting ready for this amazing show.
Oh, it's about
So
to go
Nick,
down. It is about to go down. Yes, sir.
how was your weekend, man?
My weekend was amazing. As always, I took my incredible Sunday nap. It was delicious. But yesterday, I went out with some friends and I had a wonderful time. It was some good
Mm-hmm.
needed time. So I had a good one. And it's about to get even better because we about to bring in the peeps. We about
Hey,
to bring
hey,
in the peeps. What it do,
Hey,
Booze? What it do?
hey, Nick. Hey, Key.
how y'all doing? What's up,
What's
man?
going
What's up?
on?
All
What's
right.
happening? What's happening?
I see y'all are coming in. Say hi to us in the comments so we can greet you properly. So now we are all here. We are family at the table together. We're gonna do our shout outs. Uh, Nicole, we're gonna do our single woman shout out. But to you married men, you want to shout out your wives in a moment. But before you do, let me shout out to you too, to Shawn and to Nicole. Thank you guys for the last few weeks. You guys have stepped in. You have been amazing, incredible guests. You came in at a time when I really needed you when I was recovering, but y'all have been here to hold it down, bringing great conversation, bringing some heat, and it's been wonderful having you guys. So I wanted to just publicly say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So
You're
that's my shout
welcome.
out to y'all.
Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you for having us.
Y'all are amazing. I love y'all so much. Hey James, what
Hey,
it do,
Jay.
brother? Hello. Hey Kayla. Hey
What up,
Pumpkin, how
Miss
you doing?
Kayla? Hello, hello.
All right, it's shout out time. Let's hit the shout outs. We can hit the topics. King, go ahead.
Well, I got to give my shout out to my beautiful wife. Just celebrated her 52nd birthday on Thursday,
Happy birthday,
February the
Queen.
17th. So, love your wife. Had a good time at the beach from what she told me. So, yeah, that's my
Well,
shout
since
out.
she is on here, happy birthday to you.
Hmm
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to
Birthday.
you.
All right, next up. Go ahead, Shawn. Do your shout out, love.
I just want to shout out to all of my family, friends, wife, everybody. Had a great weekend. I had a chance to celebrate a 50th birthday with one of my close friends in Charlotte this weekend. She set it off right. Made me look forward to my 50th birthday party coming up pretty soon. Oh yes, it's gonna be epic. So like I said, it was a great time. Came home today, get some relax to get ready for the show. I'm just looking forward to everything that's getting ready to go on. Y'all have a good one. I love y'all.
It's about to go down. You're so welcome, Queen. Come on, Coley Cole. Let's do your shout out, baby.
Hey.
Hold on. Let me show you how the single people do it. You ready? Hold on.
All right.
I like to give my shout out to my future husband, wherever you are, whoever you are. I know I have not met you yet, but I'm so excited to meet you. I know you are somewhere praying and preparing for me, and I'm doing the same for you. You have an amazing wife waiting for you. Hey, boo, hey. Okay, Nicole, you do you.
and all the above.
Shut up, King. He is such
So,
a.
give a shout out to my family. First of all, give a shout out to you, Nick and King. Nick, thanks for having us on. Thank you for the challenge of getting in front of this and doing this. My first time on a podcast. Um, my right hand man, Reach. You know how we roll and rock. King, you too. Um, I want to just give a shout out. I just love life. Love you, Nick. I done gained a sister. Oh, so you know.
Ooh, life.
My my weekend was good. It was real laid back. Just me and grandma chilled and did our thing. Went to aunt today and she, of course, Nick, she had, I gotta bring you to North Carolina to experience the Paulette Ingram's kitchen. Got to. She had a spread and plate sale and just chilled out with some family. That was my weekend.
I'm glad you had a good weekend. Yeah, when I do come, I'm dying before I come back out because then I already know it's going down. All righty, are y'all ready for these topics?
Yes.
Yes, let's go.
Thank you so much for sharing, Kayla. If you have not shared, if you're watching, please do so people will know that we are live. King, let me get you to hit the mute, baby. All right. I don't know why it sounded like running water, what that sound was. All righty. The first one up. We have not, no, we're not going to do this one first. We have not had that chicken sound in I don't know how long. I don't know if y'all can hear it. I'm so sorry. But our first topic is, does having kids lower your sexual marketplace value? Promise you, that was not my quote. That came from Mr. Kevin Samuels himself. Having kids lowers your sexual market value, according to him. I think my sexual market value is amazingly high, and I have 2 children. But you know, do y'all agree or disagree with that panel? I'm gonna mute all of us and call us in one at a time because for some reason that noise wants to come today. So let's go ahead and
Can't hear.
good God. Here we go again. Would not be our show without a technical issue. Do we not pray before the show? All righty. Nicole, do you think someone who has children has a lower sexual market value? That's a bunch of bull. But
Well, me personally, I, of course, everyone knows I don't have any children. So if Kevin Samuel's statement is correct, that means I am high at value and understand why I'm still single. But 2, no, I don't think so. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. Um, well, it does. First of all, let me just give a statement about him. I understand a lot of stuff, a lot of questions watching his show, a lot of questions that he has asked women are the hard questions that some women need to be asked, and it made you think. His delivery is wrong, and a lot of his thinking, majority of his thinking is wrong. But to answer your question, no, I don't think so. If you're handling your business and you're doing your thing, you're that father figure or mother figure, and you're not, really asking for, you're handling your business. I think that in value is more than someone that don't have any children but neglect their bills, neglect their responsibilities.
I hear you. I absolutely agree with what you just said. But and the thing is it's the way that he has his reasonings for these statements and
Right.
these market values and the way he rates people. Like you're gonna get rated on your dress size.
Right.
Bunch of bull to me. But anyway, the show is not for y'all talk. My mommy says, good evening, everyone. Hello, mommy.
Hi, mommy.
All righty, let's see. King, that's your boy. So what do you think about this statement? Do you think
Oh,
that someone is it lowers their sexual marketplace value?
first of all, y'all know I got to be me and be who I am. Tell the truth. Yeah, it does. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Yeah, it does. And I say that because it depends on the person as well, individual. But I say that because being single, not single, excuse me, not having any children at the time and viewing women when I went out and stuff, it was more so okay. I already knew for the most part, if you had at least one, I mean, honestly, if you had one, it was like I looked at you kind of sideways. If you had two, it was pretty much off the table. And what that means is like I'm coming in zero. I'm looking for somebody zero right off the bat. That's just the first thing you're gonna look at. If you want to dig in further, then you might accept the first just one kid, and depend on the conversation. Because once you sit there and you see somebody that's attractive, you're gonna ask them, do they have any kids? And when they say they do, if you want to go any further, you're gonna ask them how old. And so, depending on the age, how you feel them out, do you want to deal with all that? Do you want to sit there and address if she's still dealing with the baby father? So all that plays in to the sexual part of it because that's the end result of what you're trying to get at anyway. But the kids just bring it down to a level where, yo, you already got problems going on. You already got a situation. So I'm not trying to add to that. So let me take myself out of the equation and be done. So that's just my relevance on why I agree because overall it does. We're not even talking money. We're just talking just that part, just the sexual part. So yeah, that's my take on that. Why I agree that it does lower the sexual marketplace.
Okay, Shawn, hold on, because Shawn has something to say, but I can't let him make the statement without a follow up. Hey, boo, hello, Miss Loretta. Okay, so King, unmute yourself. So I heard everything that you said, but I didn't
Hmm.
get an answer as to why it actually lowers the sexual marketplace value. Right now, you said zero, as in you didn't have any children. So you look for
Hmm.
someone that didn't have. Okay, let's set that part aside. How did
Hmm.
someone having children lower their sexual marketplace value?
Because it doesn't make them as appealing. Doesn't make them as I mean that's basically bringing sexual over because you're not as appealing anymore. You know what I'm saying? You can look good as you want to, but once I find out you got kids, and I don't, it brings it down. It just don't.
Okay,
You're not attractive because you don't want to deal with all the drama that comes with that. So that's what
okay.
lowers it.
So
Yeah.
I got to ask you this question since you say you got to be you and you got to keep it 100.
Hmm. Hmm.
Did you ever date, have sex with, ask out or go out with anybody that had children and keep it 100?
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay, so I completely do not understand your stance then.
Well,
If
see,
you did
because
it anyway, if you did it anyway, but I want to let some other comments come on in. So Maurice, you can be after this comment. King, go ahead and say what you're gonna say. Go ahead and say
oh
what
no,
you're
I'm
gonna
just
say.
saying. I'm just saying. I mean, yeah, to say that I did, I did. And was my intentions on the up and up when I did it at that time? No, they wasn't. And I'm just gonna be real. There they
So
wasn't.
what you mean your intention as in what?
I mean, when you say okay, so did I? Okay, me saying that will lower your sexual marketplace value.
Right. You say
Yeah,
yes, it did.
yes, it does. Did I
Right.
date some back then? I did. I
Right. But
did.
okay, so the question was, did you date, have sex with her, or ask out? And you said yes.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
if they no longer were appealing because their sexual market value lowered, because those were your words, why did you still ask them out and have sex or date them?
Like I said, my intentions wasn't always the greatest ones. So you
Okay, so
became a
you saying
statistic.
intention. Okay, so you said that the motive may have been selfish to get. Okay, but
I'll be
but
honest.
okay, but with that being said,
Hmm.
though, they were still attractive or sexually appealing because even in your motive, you was like, but I'm gonna still get that
Yeah, but I
within.
mean, the attitude towards it, and like I said, I told you the thing was I had to find out the age too. So that right there made a difference with me. If you had a ones that was kind of too young, you know what I'm saying? I was like, hey, I ain't trying to even run into that. So it just depends. So when I did make a move to that extent, most of them was like older. They like kids like 13, 15, older age. So it wasn't really a big deal. I already knew what the outcome was going to be, the end result was going to be. So it wasn't like I did it a lot. So I made sure that it wasn't nothing that I thought that was going to be until I made that last decision. But at that time, it was like, okay, well, if I do this, I already know what really is going to be the end result. Was it right? Nah, I ain't gonna front. No, it wasn't right. But that was the life I was living in.
Right, I
So
understand what you're saying. I just feel
yeah,
like it obviously didn't do nothing to their sex drive. I mean, to their sexual appeal to you because you still did it. But then you
you know
agree
how that
with
go.
Kevin. So, but the topic is still on the table. Shawn, I'm gonna let you get in. Let me hit these comments first. Go ahead, Shawn. Hold on. You can go ahead and Mike. I came zero with my wife when I met her was zero. Hold on. I came zero. Okay. Uh However, if she had a child, I would have put my father hat on. And James, I know you would have. And then he also says, my wife having a child wouldn't have taken away from her appeal to me. Okay, that part. All right, Shawn, go ahead.
First of all, I'm not even going to comment on that. The gentleman y'all call Kevin Samuels because they said you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all. Because I listened to him, and like I said, we're going to go on with this question. I think that was totally wrong with my. I don't disagree with King a few seconds ago because every diamond has dirt and some roughage around it. But once you clear that off, you have some value. You have a gem. So no matter what comes with that, that person that you get to know and become to love, no matter if they have kids or not. So you telling me you would rather have a woman that would dog you out because she don't have kids and go out and cheat on you than a woman that might have one child that would give you the world. So to me, if you're gonna base your relationship on whether you're gonna talk to that woman or not because they have a kid, you lost out anyway. That's just like if she look at you and like, I don't like the way you look, but she don't know your inner person. So you judging someone before you even get to know them. But that woman still have one, two, three kids that she taking care of, struggling, working 2 and 3 jobs. So that tells you something. That means she has some type of value because she's gonna take care of responsibility because of whoever she with. Maybe he didn't step up and do the things he was supposed to. So to me, that makes her more valuable, more sexual to me because I know that I can depend on her and she can depend on me because she took care of responsibilities. Versus that woman, like you say, don't have any kids, so she don't have nothing to look forward to when she gone. You can't tell me what to do. You ain't my. I just. mm. I have dated women with kids, and to me, to get to know that person, and I mean, even like your dad said, and that's one thing I always took with me. When he got married, he took them kids on as his, and he said, "These are not my step kids because your wife, I don't have a step wife." So when you take that and you build something with those kids, you never will know what those kids are going to be. I mean, if you see a potential, this kid playing basketball and he becomes the next great NBA player or football player, and you're like, oh man, and it ain't even about that, but the value that they have that she instilled in those kids to do something greater. So the attractiveness is to that person, and that's just my opinion on the subject. Like I said, the guy that Mr. Samuels, get luck to him and everything, but that I just feel get to know a person before you judge them.
Well, that's one thing that he does not do. One thing I don't like about the way he does his interview style with the people who come onto his lives is he asks them a question, but he's not listening for an answer. He had already made his mind up about you when he looks at you to see how you look. From telling women that they're not that attractive to telling them they're not attractive at all. And then he'll say something like, what size dress do you wear? Because to him, certain things they lower or they raise your value, right? Um, and it is it's such an attack toward the women. It is horrible. It is so horrible. From the very first time I was introduced to him by King last year, I think in season 1, I tried to watch whatever segment we gonna talk about on our show with this with an open mind, and at the end of the show, I just be want to go in and just. Anyway, I hear what you're saying, Reese. I'm trying not to say a lot about Kevin Samuels. I'm trying to stick to just what he says and not him. Oh my God. Okay, because we'll get into some things that he said to people before and talk about that. So we have some trolls from YouTube that are in the audience making comments. I'm not gonna always see them right away. If y'all do, please block them. You will know them when you see them. Talia was saying that part when I was talking earlier. Robin says, you see what she says. She says, Speed Grease, it only lowers your value if you are a deadbeat or a drive-by parent. He don't care about that part though. Robin says that I'll be glad when his fits, girl. But as long as people keep buying those badges, okay, Nikki. Anyway, and okay, so I'm going to actually block because they are back again. That was real nasty, and I'm going to need you to stay off of this. Talking about what you're talking about. We don't want your energy. Please don't make me go there because my mother's watching. All righty. Now, if he has 6+ kids and 3 different mothers, then I'm gonna pull back. Okay. All right. Whew. Nicole, did you get to drop your opinion? Oh, yes, you did. Okay. So
but can I ask a question to King? Because since you said the value thing, here's my thing. If you find a woman that's attractive, you start dating, because see, a good parent is gonna keep the man that she's dating from her kids. She's gonna let him know how many kids she has. But if she is doing her thing, not taking care of she's taking care of her kids, she has a good job, she's financially stable, she's a good woman. You mean to tell me her value is gonna go down because let's say she has 3 children. Her value is gonna go down because it's gonna go down. So you would not date her or her sexual. You wouldn't find her attractive, regardless if it's sexual. Nothing about her says she's attractive or her value is high if she's handling her business, taking care of her kids.
Okay, let me tell you how that works. And this is me. This is prior me. This is me before my daughter. This is me before this last. Understand that when you meet women, and women do the same thing. So let's not leave them out. They do the same thing. When they meet a brother, they judge them off the attraction, the looks, what he got going on, if he got kids, and how they deal with that. My thing is, if I meet a woman, she got 3 kids. First of all, I'm just gonna be in. I ain't got no kids. She got 3 kids. When we had that conversation right there, that just attacked me like, okay, you know what? I'm thinking you can't go nowhere. You can't do nothing. We can't just roll out. But I'm thinking these are all things I'm thinking. Okay, grab the back. So honestly, if she got somebody to take care of kids, to be able to go on a date or to be able to go out of town and snack, I'm not gonna never know because I already know 3 kids. That's a lot, especially depending on how old they are. And I got time to deal. Think about it. I'm 0, she 3. I ain't got time to deal with all this stuff that you got to try to move around. To try to, you can, like you said, you can work your jobs. You can take care of your kids. You can have a clean, all that. That's fine because that's how you live your life. But I'm coming in 0, so I ain't got time to address all the things that you got going on with your 3 kids. And people understand it. With men that don't have none, you got 3. I ain't got time to deal with that. If I'm trying to just get to know you on a whole different level to be able to take you places and do things. I ain't got time to sit here and deal with your situation with your 3 kids. And I mean, look, people look at it like, oh, that's not it. But you gotta understand, that's my preference as being no kids. You got 3. I ain't trying to hear it. Just like it's women. There's women that say, oh, bro, you got 1, you got 2. I ain't trying to deal with you. For regardless, he
Hold
can
on,
have a good job.
hold on, King. Hold
Well,
on. But
okay,
we ain't talking about women.
okay,
We
my
talking
bad.
about
Okay, so
what
like
you
I'm
said.
saying, right?
But so we heard what you said.
Okay.
But I gotta go back then to the question because what you
Mm-hmm.
talking about is relationship stuff. You see the 3 kids.
Well, no, I mean, even this. Okay, sexual. Like I said,
Hold on. You
even
talking about
sexual. She don't even. Go ahead.
you talking about relationship stuff. When you look at her, you say, "Oh, she got 3 kids. She ain't gonna be able to roll as quickly as I can because she got 3. I got 0." It's not. The question is not He didn't make the statement that if you have kids, it lowers your relationship market value. He said it lowers your sexual. And you already told us, hey, I was gonna still going to hit that. It didn't matter. She was still sexy enough to do it. So what we're saying is well, I'm not speaking for Nicole. Off of what you said, the clarity it gets a little foggy for me because
My bad. Okay. Let me go ahead and straighten it out for you. Let
because
me
you're
straighten it out
talking
for you.
because you're talking relationship stuff. Let's keep it on
Right.
what you said. The sexual
Got you.
marketplace value. Is a woman with
Got you.
children, does it lower her value in your opinion? Yes or no?
Yeah. Yeah. It does.
Okay.
Still does.
But
Yeah.
but but you have dated, have had sex,
I have done it.
and
I
okay.
have done it.
Right. So was their value lowered in your mind when you did it?
Yeah. It was. I'm gonna be honest. It was. So just as the actions I made, I'm not proud about the actions I did, but did it lower? Yeah, because I already knew what my future was gonna be, pretty much
No,
to a
no, we're
certain
not
extent.
talking future. We're not talking
Okay, but I'm
relationship
saying
stuff.
okay. So actually, yeah, because I felt like okay, it is what I do. But yeah, as far as lower the set, yeah, I mean it
Okay.
did.
Let me get the people in. Hold on. Talia, I try not to. Nicole says good try not to walk into you. But James says that's why our approach in regards to women has to go deep. Hold on 1 second. Let me do this real quick. Okay, that's why our approach in regards to women has to go deeper than what's seen because I would have been hurt if my wife had passed me up because I had a child. You'd have missed out on a good woman too. And that I think that's part of my thing. You okay, I'm trying to stay off that man. I feel like it matters to an extent, depending on what your intentions are with that woman, and vice versa. It's the 21st century. A lot of people have kids nowadays. That's a true fact. And I want to say this. I am not eating anybody up that feels like they don't want to be with anyone with children. We're taking the relationship part out. But the statement is that having children lowers her sexual marketplace value. If you're still willing to have sex with her and go out with her and y'all do certain things together, then it's not lowered because you're still doing it. Then her value was never lowered because you did it. It's those people that say, no, she got kids. I'm not fooling with her. I'm not touching her with a 10-foot pole. Talia says that doesn't lower the value. It takes a real man to handle a single woman with kids. James says it's a package deal. We all have some baggage. Anitra says, I never wanted to date a man with kids. I didn't want to deal with any baby mama drama. Kayla says, if it's just to mess around, then it shouldn't matter. Talia said, wow, King. Ricky said, hey, family, what's up, Ricky? Ricky. Right, Nick? And Anitra says, it lowered the value of the man for me, not sexually, but just overall. I didn't want the relationship. And I get that. But remember, we're not talking relationship. We're talking about the initial, whatever vow, because one of the things he says quite often is that's what men are going to see when they look at us. So that's what y'all are rating immediately. We got a child that just took me down from a 10 to a 5. You don't know me yet. You don't know anything about me. You don't know what my values are. You just saw the kids and that lowered the value. Go ahead, Reese. I'm
I
sorry.
just want to say, I mean, to me, and I'm going to put myself in King's place. I'm looking at this woman. She have kids. Her value to me is a 2, but I'm still going to sleep with her. So what does that say about me?
That what you value is a 2.
Yeah, my
It don't,
value is the
it
same.
don't care.
Exactly.
It's a don't care attitude.
So what does that say about me? I ain't.
At that time, it don't say nothing about you then. I
I
mean,
mean,
because you're
really,
not looking at it.
because my values are low because I lower my values because I just said I'm not going to have a relationship or she's not sexually attracted to me because she have kids. But I'm going to lower my value if she wasn't attracted. If you're not attracted to her sexually, you wouldn't even sleep with her because she's below your standards. So when you don't lower your standards, you just as bad as she is.
Well, no, because think about it. Sexual, when they say sexual marketplace value. So my thing is, if you're putting them in an area where you're looking at the sexual attraction overall, because basically when he means that, he means going to the next level after that. So when he says
Okay.
sexual marketplace
No,
value,
no,
he
no. That's not
basically
what.
it's basically
That's
that's
not
the
what
only
it
way
is.
you can basically see it.
If you go to the
That's the only way
liquor
you can
store,
look at it.
hold on. If you go to the liquor store,
Mhm.
they got top shelf up here and the lower liquors down here.
Right,
If you only gonna drink top shelf, you're not pulling from the bottom. You're gonna stay at the top because that stuff down there
right.
is not attractive to you. So if you look at a
But
woman,
there's
say,
times, hey, there's times that you didn't have that money to go up there, and you end up getting down in the low shelf. So yeah,
no,
it's time. Oh, believe me, it's time that you.
but
Oh, come on, everybody
no,
ain't always a drunk top shelf.
but once you done stayed at the top, why are you going back down to the bottom? Because you said it really doesn't matter then. Now when
First of all, the thing is, first of all, you talking about as far as at the top. My thing is when you look out and you see what you're looking at, right? It depends on what you want to do that night. Like anything else, what I'm gonna drink today, what I'm gonna drink this day, whatever. So when it comes to women, when you sit there and looking at, okay, the conversation goes the way it goes, you still make that choice, regardless of the sexual thing is where if I'm gonna make the choice if she's gonna give me something, she's not. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm looking at it where I don't see nothing further anyway. So you look at it where is you gonna do what you're gonna do. But as far as the attraction and as far as the lower it down to 2 or 3, yeah, because if you see 2 or 3 here, but you see none over here, oh, you definitely gonna go to zero, or you definitely gonna go that route. But if it's just that night, I'm hanging out. Okay, I'm just gonna tell y'all just
so
how it is life.
so
You
so
that
you
hang out
telling
that night.
so you telling me I'm not judging women or anything. You got a woman that's on say social service welfare, live in the projects, don't have no kids,
Mm-hmm,
and she live on assistance.
mm-hmm.
But you have a woman that with 2 kids that has a doctor's degree and she make $100,000 a year. So you going to the projects or you going to that lady that has that degree?
Oh, right at the back. See, now you're looking at a whole different thing because then
No,
you're looking at money. Then yeah, you're
sexually.
looking at money. Then
I
it ain't a
mean,
sexual
but
thing. Then
she's
it's a money thing.
okay. She's sexually attractive, but she has those kids, and she had this, and she's
Mm-hmm.
sexually attractive. But just because she has those kids, you're not gonna talk to her.
It brings it back. I'm just trying to tell you what it does
It
to
brings
certain
her
people.
value down.
To some people it does. I'm
Okay.
telling you, hey, people say what they
Let
want
me
to
bring some
say.
clarity. Let me bring some clarity in, and then
Go
King
ahead.
can finish your statement. So let me bring this in, King, to finish your statement in a moment. When he's talking about value in any way with women, he is talking
Mm-hmm.
about value, how would you rate them value wise, right? Their sexual market rate, which is some straight bull snap. Mama said
Mm-hmm.
snap, mama. It's some bull snap. He the way women are valued in his eyes, just like when he okay, so men, high value men, the way he values you all is your bank. From there, all the criteria that he has deemed all of you up in a certain elite status of income make. He has decided what you all want in women, right? That is why when a woman comes on, he'll even by her name, he will be condescending, will laugh at, will even mock the way her name sounds like it. The woman that was called Titania, because the woman that he brought her with him was
Mm-hmm.
named Monique. So it was Monique. When he called her name, he laughed when he said Titania because that's ghetto, according to him.
Mm-hmm.
These things these are the value pointers, the markers at which women are given a value according to him. What's your dress size? He'll automatically take you down if you over certain. How many kids you got? How many baby daddies you got? Automatically values them down. So when it comes to his statement about children, if you have children, it lowers. Because he told a woman that. If y'all watch what I sent y'all, he told her that. Oh, you know that your sexual market value just lowered, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't know nothing about the woman, hadn't even talked to her to know who she is as a person. So I want to stick with just the way he's valuing women on that aspect. I want to talk relationship. I don't want to talk, what is she a good woman? He don't care about none of that.
Right.
I'm asking y'all, and can you, I mean, you answered honestly. We might not like it or agree with it, but that was your honest answer. I need y'all helping me out in the comments if you can. You may not be able to see the YouTube ones, but we have that troll back talking about some freaky stuff again. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but so and again, we might not have liked your answer, but that was your answer. And that is how he is it teaching people how to value each other, right? Has nothing to do with if you're a doctor. Has nothing to do with if you're in the projects, but you going to school pre-med. He don't care about none of He cares nothing about that. Once he finds out these different things according to his criteria, that just lowered or raised your market value. That's what I wanted to get out there while y'all are having this discussion. All righty, go ahead.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it is it's a jacked up way to look at things. I ain't go front. It is a jacked up way, but it's crazy because we go through this as men, and this is what we think, but we get it on another tip from women too. We get it from them thinking the way they think, so we think the way we think. So when I'm saying when we look at a sexual market value of what we feel is alluring to us, from what I'm saying, for a lot of men, this is how we judge it. So we feel like, okay, you done had two, three, what happened? What I'm saying? Just off of that, like you said, just off the thought. Not knowing her, not knowing what her situation was or nothing, but just the first thing that comes in our mind because we're thinking, okay, you're not married, you got two or three kids, what's the problem? So it just breaks that whole thing mentally to us like, do I want to deal with this sexually, or is this just one of those nights if I get what I just, I'm saying this is what goes through some brothers' minds. So when you lower that kid part, lowers the sexual attraction part because it's like, damn, you done messed up twice or you done messed up three times and you still ain't got no man. What's the problem? This is
Chill,
the thought problem. I'm just telling you,
No,
it's the
I'm
thought
agreeing
King,
with
process.
you saying,
King.
but you
Right, and I ain't trying to be mean about it.
you also
No, but
kind
I'm,
of
Right, I
making
ain't trying to be
your own
mean about
point
it.
though.
can I say this? 9 times out of 10, when a man first see a woman, he's looking at her body. He's not looking at kids or anything,
Right,
and determine if
exactly.
you want to sleep with her or
Right,
not. So you look at this woman
right,
before you
exactly.
even know that. Oh, she's nice. Her shape and everything is fine. She's beautiful. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm trying to smash
exactly.
that. But then you find out she has a kid, and your whole thing like, oh nah. But you going to her house, and you know that y'all getting ready to be intimate, and this kid runs out. You walking out the door.
That's what I'm saying. So it just depends on what can happen and when it can happen. But that's your thoughts. It's like because you're thinking like that. Two or three kids, ain't no telling I get over there. That's what you're thinking.
But
So like to avoid all that, you're like, okay, you
you
know
gonna
what?
turn around and walk out. You're gonna turn around and walk out. After you leave
Yeah.
this woman, oh come on.
Man, what I'm trying to tell you. Believe me when I tell you. You telling me it's one thing to tell me that your kids ain't at the house. They with their parents, their father for the weekend or
Y'all
whatever,
haven't but
compared
y'all
to
haven't even
me
talked
coming
about
to.
kids. Y'all haven't talked
But
about
you
kids.
already
You
Yeah,
mentioned
said
yes.
this.
Oh no, no. Oh no. I done asked that question already. Oh no, ain't no because I looked at the body and just went. No, no. I done asked that question already. Believe me when I tell you, every woman I've asked her if she had the kids in our conversation. Always
but you
have.
already said
Always have.
earlier though, but you would still do it.
But I'm saying, but I've made those decisions, regardless, to throw caution to the wind sometimes, because I already knew what my outcome was.
Okay,
That's
Can
what
I
I'm
ask
saying.
a
Nicole,
question?
Nicole wants to get in. So before you get in, Nicole,
Okay.
I'm asking the men in the audience. Shawn, you're gonna answer. I need other men to answer this. When you look at a woman, do you automatically lower her sexual value to you? Or okay, if y'all want to do dating, that's fine too. But if you want to, do you automatically lower her sexual value when you find out she has children? I need the men to answer that in the audience. Reese, you're gonna be answering after Nicole makes her statement. Go ahead.
I just okay. So the only reason why I'm coming for King is because this is my opinion's opposite of his, and it's no. It's a serious question. Okay, since you and I'm just gonna use you and no other man from 0 to 10. I need you to rate these women that like myself. Like I don't have any kids, so what would I'll be a 10?
First of all, you zero. You ain't got no kids, so right off the bat, you start at top. You start at top, then
Okay.
everything else goes
So
from
if
there.
there's like if she has one child, what is her
Hmm.
sexual value?
She drops down to about, I give her 8, 7. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere in there, 7, 8. Depends. You
Two
know what I'm saying?
children.
Yeah.
Two children.
Two, you're pushing it. I might even just pretty much. I'm not gonna. I can't even pretty much sometimes rate that because I might not even go that route. Back then, how I was judging
Okay.
then.
Now that
Now
leads
it's
me
total, but I
into
mean then.
that
Yeah,
that
back
that
then it
leads to
was
my
total.
next
Yeah,
question is if she has
Mhm.
two or more children,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
regardless, she's not asking you to babysit. She
I
gonna
know.
make look, but when
Hmm.
you see her, when you first see a woman, not knowing how many children she has, do you not
Hmm.
look at her? Just looks alone. say
Yes.
either I want to smash or she's just attractive. We ain't gonna even say you want to sleep with her. She's attractive.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
so the conversation starts. You're
Mm-hmm.
looking at her conversation. Does her
Mm-hmm.
value go up or do it stay the same?
Well, like I said, the conversation's always going to bring out more attraction.
Yeah.
So it
Okay.
just
So no,
depends
no,
on
no.
how. Yeah.
We talking value. Do value go up or go down?
Okay. Oh yeah, value. If the good conversation is good, yeah, it goes up. Yeah, it
Okay.
goes
So
up. It's check.
let's say she has one child, so now she just went off the Richter scale because we're only at 10, right?
I mean,
Boom.
hold
She
on. You
comes
said
and
she
say,
got
"I
one
have."
kid. Hold
No,
on. She said she got
no,
one
you don't
kid.
even know how many children she has.
Okay. Okay.
Then boom, she comes along. Everything like you done got to know this lady, not just the data, just to hang out. You know what I'm saying? You're
Mm-hmm.
finding her attractive, right? You
Okay.
find out she got a child. You mean to tell me
Mm-hmm.
you're ceasing everything because she got children? The two or more children, you're ceasing everything.
I put it like this:
No, that's a
if
yes
I
or no
don't,
question.
if
No,
no,
I
no,
it
no,
was smooth. This is a yes or
because
no
I'm
question.
saying no, no, because see, it's like this. If like you said, we vibe that good between the conversation and how good she looked. As far as the sexual part, I'm not even going there no more. I'm just gonna be like you said, we cool and hang out,
No,
and we
we
good. So ain't no sexual part then. Then the
no,
sexual part is out the door.
no,
Listen,
no,
what I'm saying,
no.
the sexual value is out the door because I don't even rate it no more.
No, no,
I'm
no.
not
We
going
ain't
after you
talking
like that.
about like weeks or months. I'm just saying right then and there.
I'm just saying. I'm
Right
talking
then
that
that
same night.
you meet her that day. One day. We ain't
Okay,
talking several days. We're talking about one day.
right. One
You
day,
mean
right.
to tell it could be just a casual conversation. Let's say she say,
Mm-hmm.
I like your team, and you have a conversation about a sports team.
Right,
Right?
right.
9 times out of 10, if a man's going if he's looking at her body wise,
Mm-hmm.
he's already thinking if he want to smash or not smash. So you mean to tell me it within that moment, her child run up,
Mm-hmm.
you already got her. The conversation that a woman has with the man lets him know
Mm-hmm.
if he can or if he can't. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You mean to tell me you will walk away? You just gonna say, "Oh no, I don't even want her no more. I ain't even trying to smash her because she got 3 kids."
Let me tell you something. I will and I have done it. So don't get me too. See, my thing is, my conversation can be all that.
Can you answer in
Okay, it
seconds
can.
so we can move on? 60
Yes,
seconds. Go ahead.
yes. I said yes. I can walk away. Yes. So let's understand that. Yes, no problem.
Okay.
But but that's what I don't understand. But she's
Nicole.
at a 10. That's what I'm
Nicole.
saying, huh?
We're gonna have to move
She
on,
got
baby.
three
Okay, okay,
kids, and
okay.
just
We
tell
have to move
that.
on.
So we
Let's
good.
let's let's hit some of these comments, and there was one other statement that I need to ask you guys your opinion on.
Okay.
So, what did I miss? Okay, I think we stopped here. Uh, children doesn't lower the value. Her being married and embracing my approach lowers her value to me. Talia says, I don't think men really care, to be honest. I don't know too many that do. The children being provided for, children being taught the correct way, particularly with being a single parent, increases their value to me. Ricky says, not mine. Talia says, but we don't make the kids by ourselves. Girl, that be the thing I be tripping on with Mr. KS. He go in on those women. I'm like, where are the men? Where are these high value men that have all these standards you keep on preaching about? Why they not on your show saying, yes, Kevin, this is what we want? Because anyway, Nikki, bring it back. I don't judge the book by its cover. That was Ricky's answer to my other question. If a woman already has children, she probably doesn't want to have any kids with you. Therefore, her value should go up. Come on, Robin. And Ricky is just shaking his whole head. I'm shaking mine with you. All right. And so he told a woman that she was robbing men, right? And the reason why he told her that was because he says, women, stop going out on the first date with a man if you are not sexually attracted to him or you don't plan on giving him any. That's some more bull snap because she was telling him, if I don't ever go out with him, how am I supposed to know what type of man he is? He was like, you can look at him and tell if you want to have sex with him or not. And she was like, I got to go out with him to see. He's like, so if you go out with him and he pays for the date if he spends his money, if he buys you anything, and you have no intention, knowing when you go, you're not going to give him something, you are robbing him. Reese, what are your thoughts on that?
I think that's totally wrong because you assuming something that wasn't even talked about before you went out. I mean, to me, if you find a woman attractive, I think you should get to know that person anyway because you can go home. She might. I mean, if I'm taking somebody out, it's intentions of getting to know them. We going out to dinner, or whatever. If I, that I can't, that thought pattern of someone saying that if I take you out, like they used to say, if I take you to a steak and lobster meal, oh, we sleeping together. You better tell me now whether I'm going to take you to McDonald's or to a steakhouse. That's totally wrong. I mean, if you're going to get to know a woman, take them out to treat them like you knowing them forever. I mean, treat them like the woman, the queen that they are from the beginning. Now, if she show you something different when you on that date, then you can determine whether you want to go out with her or not. But getting to know her, and then you say you just looking to sleep with her. You sleep with her and find out she's the worst person in the world. Are you gonna stay? So get to know somebody first before you go out and try to smash and do all this other stuff. And that's just me.
Yeah, that's crazy because how is somebody supposed to know if they want to sleep with you if they don't get to know you? Granted, I know it don't take that for some people. They can look and tell. I get that. But if she's telling him, well, I don't know. I got to go out to now. If you go out with him knowing you ain't gonna give him no sex, then you're robbing him. That is some bull crap. And he literally made the statement when he kicked her off his stage. She out there robbing me and manipulating him. That's crazy. Nicole, what are your thoughts? Is somebody robbing a man if she does not want to have sex with him, but knowing that he does, and she takes the date? Is that robbing a man?
No, no, I totally agree with Reese. I no, you if you invite me out, do not if you don't want me to say no. I'm not saying say no. Don't invite me out to a dinner and think that either one where you take me as gonna get you sex, or if I'm not obligated to give you sex, regardless if you're you can even sign up and say, hey, we're gonna go out to dinner and have sex afterwards. If your conversation or you have threw me off and we don't have sex, am I still robbing you? No, I just no. He just I don't want to call him out his name, so yeah, you can mute me.
King, it's on you. Is a woman robbing a man if she goes out on a date with him knowing she's not going to have sex with him? If it is the first date, is she robbing him?
No, I'm agree with y'all. I don't feel that she robbing them because that first initial date should make the different, make the decision of whether we're gonna have more dates or not. You know what I'm saying? That's why mine has always been lunch. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, y'all know how I come. Y'all know that's why it's always been lunch, and it's always
That's
been a decent
split,
restaurant,
right?
but it's been lunch. So my thing
Right.
is, hey, we all know by this conversation whether we're gonna take it to the next level as far as another date, which might end up being dinner, or we're gonna end it right here. You had a good meal, you didn't have to pay for it. Hey, nice meeting you. Deuces. So I feel you on that. No, you ain't robbing me. No, because you know what I'm saying? Lunch, I don't feel you robbing. You want to eat, I want to eat. It's lunch. Hey, and that's just me. Now, if you
I
want to
hear
take it further, I mean, some people go to dinners and pay. No, call it what you want to. Other than that, I don't call it robbing me because I ain't gonna spend so much anyway on lunch. And you're gonna enjoy the meal. I ain't gonna take you to McDonald's. I'm gonna be nice to you. But hey, the first date to me is just the breaking of the ice. And so lunch, hey, enjoy. Keep it moving.
that part. All right, I'm gonna hit these comments. We gonna go into the next topic with Miss Kiara Shear Kelly. Hold on one second. Let's hit the comments. All righty. James says, I can speak for myself. What I look for in dating my wife was high character and moral, decent ways. And you got you a diamond too. Ricky says, conversation is key to everything. Robin, you're not robbing him. Oh, excuse me. You're robbing him or you're prostituting because you sleep with him after he takes you to the steakhouse. I think Kevin needs a hug. And okay, some other stuff. Kayla says, I don't understand where common human decency went in men and women. Girl, I don't know, because according to KS, LOL from Ricky, King said lunch. Yes, you have to go back and watch season 1, but we all know King's thing is, I'm not, listen, it's going to be lunch. It's going to be like one of them 2 for $20 type of deals. I'm not spending all that. It's a whole budget. Real men are turned off with one night stands on my thoughts. Okay. Talia says I'm rolling, girl. That's how he rolling. Carmen says, Miss Carmen Reed with the laughing emojis. Okay, that must be somebody we see knows. All right. Ooh, child, I'm sweating. Y'all was getting a little lit on that conversation. Here's the next one. All righty. So recently, Kiera Shears Kelly, if you don't know who she is, Google her. But Kiera Shears Kelly was talking. She did an interview with Page Six, and she made the statement. That she would buy a hotel room before she lets one of her friends stay at her home. She is married, and she totally believes in she ain't got to share everything, including her man. So to prevent it has certain safeguards, she'll put them up in a hotel room versus them spending the night. However, she did make the statement she will be prayerful because it may be a situation where one of those friends need a different type of help or whatever. With all that being said, what are your thoughts about having your friends spend the night at the house with you and your spouse? Now, men, can your homies spend the night at the house and you got a wife? Ladies, can your girlfriend spend the night at the house and you have a husband? Whether you're married or not, if y'all are living together, please chime in on this conversation as well. Nicole, we're going to start with you, chick.
What kind of friends does she have that she can't have around her man? Second of all, what kind of man did you marry that you can't have your man around your friends? Like, no, I I have well, first of all, I have a lot of guy friends, so unless my man is confused, he tell me we got problems. But anyway, my female friends are more than welcome to be around my husband or my man or my significant other, because like my best friend, 2 of my best friends, we've been friends over 30 years. Well, really 4. We it's 4 of us, and 5, including me, it's 5, but we like her fiance calls me. My best friend, her husband calls me and we talk. I've been to their house, spent the night. They know me. I'm always hanging with the fellas. So they trust me. I trust them. It's all about what kind of friends you got. Like if I have a friend that slept with my man, first of all, we ain't gonna be friends no more. But 2, we not gonna we ain't gonna be friends anymore. So I'm not gonna put you with him. Or if you have those kind of tendencies to sleep with other people, men.
But that's what she's trying to prevent. She's trying to prevent. She doesn't know. I mean, sometimes you don't know until it happens, right?
Right.
So
right,
that's
right.
what she's trying to prevent.
But my thing is, it's still got to be. When you get married. Well, I can only speak for me. When I say I do, I have to be able to trust you. If I don't trust you, I ain't even thinking about my friends. I'm talking about my man. If I can't trust my husband, we're not getting married. We're not gonna be together because I am not that chick that I gotta check yourself on. When you tell me, baby, I'm going out to be with the boys, I'm taking your word that you're going out to be with the boys. If you decide something comes up and we hanging out later, pick up the phone. Hey, boo, I'm just hanging with the bell, or is we staying out a little later? Check that way. Other than that, no, I don't have a problem about my friends coming because I have to try. Because at the end of the day, my friends did not stand at the altar with me and take a vow. When you walk out, when you in the house, you married. When you walk out, you married.
Okay. So the question is coming to you next, Maurice. But before I do that, let me present you guys with the real life scenario. I will not say who, but I do have a friend that was helping some people because of something that happened back in Louisiana. And so she was allowing this person and her children to stay here in San Antonio with her while things were, being taken care of back there in Louisiana. She just started noticing this young lady doing a lot of inappropriate stuff, like waking up early in the morning, all up in her lingerie in her kitchen, cooking, making breakfast in her kitchen for her kids, right? Surprised her, right? The second thing is it was a whole lot of references always asking about her husband. But the big thing was this. She thought she was gone one day and didn't know that she was still at the house. So she knocking on the door, not knowing she's still in the bed with her man. She's knocking at the door, and oh boy says, "Baby, somebody's at the door." When she opens up the bedroom door, she go, "Oh, I didn't know you were still here." In her complete lingerie, bringing him a cup of coffee. So again, she didn't know this was going to happen. She was trying to help because there was a hurricane there in Louisiana. Oh, girl needed help. So she didn't know until it happened. Let me just say it that way. So I understand exactly what you're saying, Nicole. I understand exactly what you're saying. But in this situation, it was when it happened that she realized, oh, okay, it's like that. I'm gonna need you to leave. Yeah, I can already see you you try to play me. The other thing is my opinion on this is that that's the safeguarding boundaries that Kira and her husband set up. So if that's what they decided and his friends can't do the same, if they your friends and they understand and they love you, that's just your boundary, your safeguard. I ain't mad at it. I don't spend the night at several of my friends' homes who are married because I don't want nobody, including me, feeling uncomfortable. I go home, I go to a relative in the city, or I get me a room, and I don't feel slighted. I don't feel any kind of way because whatever boundaries you set up for you and your marriage, that's for you. And I need to be, well, I'm comfortable, but I need you to be comfortable too. So that's my thought on it. Let me read the comments, and then I'm going to come to you next. Who did I say? Reese? Okay, give me 1 second. Loretta said, then they are not your friends if you can't or don't trust them. If you have questions, your friends' motives and intentions, then they should not be your friends. Even if my friend has has whole tendencies, my man better not touch her. If I see some crack laying around, I'm not with you, Robin. Jane said, this is me. If my homeboys have the right spirit, then yes, just like my wife had a good sister in September that came to visit us in Texas. She carried herself with moral decency. It was fine. If the spirit is wrong, then no. Okay, I understand what you're saying. She was correcting. Be down. Okay. So Reese, it's on you.
Me, I done had my boys come spend the night because I trust them. Now, you stay more than 2 days, yeah, we need to make other arrangements. But to me, like I said, it's only a few that I really can trust that I can say I will allow that. One of my friends a few weeks ago, he had some medical issues. I told him, come to the house. You need to be here because we need to look after you. I talked to the wife first before I did it, but I trust him. Now I'm not going out of town like, hey, yeah, go stay at my house. I don't that's I'm gonna be here. And I done went to my friend's house and I stayed at their house with their wife. But to me, it's a form of decency and respect that you have for other people. Now, that sister was totally wrong. I mean, they helping her out and she trying to sleep with her man. That's crazy. I mean, I would do anything. I would do everything I could in my power to make sure I didn't do anything wrong to cross the line to show her I appreciate what she did. But I don't have a problem with like if one of my wife's friends came and stayed, baby, long as you stay here with us. Now, if you go outside and go to work and she's here, I'm going to work with you. I'm leaving the house. I'm not staying here with her by myself. And and like I said, I trust me, but I don't know her that well. I might know, but like you say, anything. Oh, girl, let me pick that up. Oh, what you doing? No, we're not even gonna have that part. So, but they're more than welcome to stay here, as long as, like I say, I trust them. I trust my wife. I trust, as long as we have a trust for the friend that's here, I don't have a problem with it. But if you give me a hotel room, I'm gonna take it.
And you, what you said about the medical, and I think that's kind of what Kira was saying. You know, certain situations, the rule may totally go out the door. That's why she would be prayerful about it. But yeah, sometimes you just don't know till stuff happens. She just happened to be at the house, and old girl thought she had left earlier. And what if she had left earlier? She done went knocked on her bedroom door to take her man a cup of coffee in her lingerie. Shocked her so much she jumped, right? Because that just totally killed the intention that she had, right? Go ahead.
But she said that she had been cooking and doing all this other stuff prior to that, and she didn't know it. Why the husband didn't say anything to her?
Excuse me. The husband didn't even see that. It was early
Oh,
in the morning, right? He was in there in the bed. She went
okay.
out, and when she went out, because you know you hear somebody in your kitchen, she go in there and okay, I said lingerie, but let's just say cheeks was all the way out. Okay, there
Gotcha.
was no, I mean, it was all the way out. And she was in the kitchen cooking. If that had been the husband that would have come out, they'd have been like, now there was a situation that did pop off. I'm gonna have to put you back on mute because of the noise. There was a situation that did pop off where he was like, baby, you need to go talk to your friend. Totally love him for that. But he didn't do the wait, and your mama leaving too. I'm finna go. He didn't play that. And I love how he loves my friend because he wasn't even finna allow an opportunity for something to happen. Just so happens she's the one that caught. If he would have answered the door, he would have seen that. But he's like, baby, somebody's at the door. Even in that, it ain't but two other people in the house with y'all. And her mama had a chance to just walk in the room, so you knew it wasn't the mama. But it was like, baby, you go take care of that. And the good thing that she did, because once again, Cheeks was bringing coffee. King, before we get to your answer, yes, Nicole, go ahead real quick.
That's what I'm saying. Like boundaries, yeah, we can set boundaries, but in your friend, the friend situation, first of all, do not ignore the signs. If there's any, if I have any instinct that you're that type of person, because one thing you're gonna do, you're gonna drop a sign that hey, something's not right. Because the first time I go in my kitchen and you got something mine on, we got a problem. First, that would be the first problem. But like if you like the flirtation stuff, me and her will have to have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Not even to blow it up, because if we friends, I should be able to say, come to you as a friend. My delivery is gonna be like, yo, like, yeah, I think you're starting to cross a boundary. You're making me feel uneasy. You know what I'm saying? That before she got the coffee upstairs, she gave some signs that hey, you need, because like I would have told her, hey, you want to be outside because I opened my
No,
house.
no, I told you what the signs were, and she did have a conversation with her. But the thing was, is all of this happened really within a 2-day time span.
Right,
So
but I'm
it's
saying,
not like this went on and on. The first time something happened in the kitchen, she did address it. Before there was an opportunity like for it to be anything else, she was already knocking at the bedroom door the
oh
next
yeah,
day thinking that old girl was gone. So at that point, she got put out. But understand, she was in a whole nother state. They lost everything because of the hurricane. She was trying to help her.
yeah,
So
I
it was like, mama,
yeah,
she gonna end up leaving because I can't do this.
yeah, I understand that, but I'm just saying, like somewhere, even in the friendship, even before she came to your house, there's signs.
There
See,
were
I'm
not.
a very observant person. I look for body language.
Mm-hmm.
I look for stuff like that, like conversation, because for you to be that attractive to my husband or my boyfriend, you have already been in the same vicinity with him.
No, that was her first time.
Oh wow.
Because they haven't been in Louisiana for years. That was her first time being around her man. But I
Oh
gotta
wow.
let you jump in because we got
Okay,
another
go
topic
ahead.
I want to hit. But I understand exactly what you're saying. But no, this was all the first time, and they were helping you in a whole nother state. So yeah, it was. King, go ahead, and then we're gonna get to y'all comments in just a second.
Yeah. In my situation, yeah, pretty much friends is written off in my house. You know, unless it
What
gotta
did you say?
be my
Friends?
wife got to know 'em. You know what I'm saying? I said friends are pretty much written off in my house as far as come to stay. Like if I had some friends come from out of town, yeah, I pretty much had to put them in the hotel. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, unless my wife knows them and she's been knowing them for some years. Like my family, that's not a problem. You know, when she knows my family members that she knows, that's not a problem. But a friend of mine, like one of my boys might come from Texas. One of my boys that's in Texas that went in the military with 30 some years. And she don't know him that well, yeah, we're gonna put him up in the room. Which my boys would know that wouldn't be a problem. You know, I put them up in the room and they just come by the house during the day or whatever, and we hang out like that. But yeah, she pretty much got to know. She got to be done interacted with them for a while for them to actually come stay at my house. So yeah, that's just something that we would actually. That's the understanding. My family recently stayed at my house before, so that's never been a problem. So, but when it comes to my friends, and Nicole, she want to bring her big head, that wouldn't have been a problem either. But when it comes to my, yeah, but when it comes to my friends, yeah, that's pretty much where if she don't know them like that, like years, know them, and we ain't interacted yet. I just go ahead and put them up in the Hampton Inn or somewhere, and we'll just kick it during the day. Yeah.
Not the Hampton. He done did a whole plug. We gonna hit these comments. With the comments, and we're gonna go to the Super Bowl. Nicole, we're gonna start with you on that Super Bowl. And I'm sorry we can't just have just completely open dialogue, but there's some noise we're really trying to keep out of for y'all from here until we can figure out what the issue is. Kayla says, if you have to worry about what's going on with your man and your friend, are they really your friends, and is he really your man? Okay, then she put that out there. I have god sisters that are welcome to spend the night because number one, they are morally decent. Number two, they are high in godly characters, and number three, they are respectful to my wife. And I know I'm in that category, James. You have to tell me I know. Anyway, Carmen says she should have escorted out of the kitchen scene. She was really trying. She was trying. That woman had kids. She was trying. All righty. So here we go. Super Bowl halftime. I know that was last weekend, but we were not on last weekend because we were watching it. Well, I was. I enjoyed everything about the whole entire game, but my favorite has to be the halftime show. But Nicole, we're going to start with you. There were people that hated it, and there were people that absolutely loved it. What side were you on? What are your thoughts?
I was in the middle because, okay, so hats off to the culture, the hip hop culture, granted. But one, I think Mary could have did. I was disappointed with Mary because I thought Mary should have did the whole halftime show by herself. Not by herself. I mean, she could have brought them out, but I felt like, but one, and it's just me. I didn't really know the dynamic of was Mary because those two songs that she did, Dr. Dre produced them. Is that why she was there? Like I was lost in that part. And the concept of why was Mary with Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg. But then I was like, okay, so then I was like, Mary could have did it because I wanted her to play my certain songs. And, I was ready to do the Mary dance. And then she did them two songs. I was like, are you serious? But then I was like, it was just too censored. I thought like Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, I'm thinking gangster. And then I'm like, where was Ice Cube? Like I thought about other West Coast people that could have came out. I wasn't excited about 50 Cent. Eminem, still confused about the knee situation because I hear a little different stuff about why he took the knee. I love Kendrick Lamar's performance. I love Kendrick. But yeah, I was in the middle. It was a good show, but I wanted to see more of Mary.
I got a whole entire crush on Kendrick. I just ain't nothing like a brother who walking real conscious. But anyway, I have a whole thing with him. I understand what you're saying. It was not Mary J. Blige to do the whole halftime though, Nicole.
I know, but I love Mary, and
I understand.
all you
But
could have
you
did.
had an opportunity to do the Mary dance though, because she did do it.
Yeah,
She
she
did
still
do
love
it.
it. But I'm saying, I'm like, well, could you? Why did you pick those two songs? What was significant about those two songs? Because you didn't even do your new song. Like you could have did "Hello Gorgeous" if you was gonna make a like. I didn't understand.
But okay, but look at it like this: if everybody was doing a bunch of throwbacks, throwing in a new song that people may or may not know, that'd have been kind of off. But if you look at the flow of the show, every song that started and ended flowed into the next person's performance. So I don't know where that's. I love the gorgeous song. I love that song. I'm not sure that would have flowed. Plus,
Right, but
it was
no. I'm
throwback
saying
though.
this.
It was throwback.
The reason why I said gorgeous is because that's what's out now. She has that out on the radio over here on the East Coast. But I
Mm-hmm.
was just saying, like, I don't know, it was so many other songs that Mary could have done, but I'm still trying to like figure out why why did you have Mary?
You know, I don't know the exact reason why. I just know when they picked the lineup, that was perfect. That lineup was amazing. That fall at the end, the straight lay down the boots. I want them boots. Everything about it was everything. But I do understand what you're talking about. Now, those that have spoken up that did not like it were more on the not necessarily in the culture. And so they actually were showing not on the halftime show, but they have shown since there was like an entire restaurant full of people that may not particularly like the hip hop culture. I'll say it that way. That were mad the whole time, didn't move, just didn't say a word, was ready for it to be over. Meanwhile, I was sweating and performing like I was really on the stage. So there were a lot of people that had different reasons on why they did not like it. Some people felt it was too hip hopish. Some people didn't like the fact that it was just the West Coast thing. I mean, it's just unless some of the reasons were really, really frivolous. I mean, you're never gonna make everybody completely happy.
Yeah,
But
but also, I think because okay, I'll make this real quick. You know how the Janet Jackson thing came out, movie
mhm,
came out, but then you had everybody was talking about the halftime show in her series, right? So now it was like all eyes was on halftime show to see what they're gonna do to get fined. You know what I'm saying? Because like now they're coming at, okay, if we talking after the halftime show, they're
mhm.
showing like the different footage. Now they want to go to Snoop and say his image, he was smoking weed, but it's legal in California, so he can smoke.
I didn't see him smoking during the halftime show.
No. And no, they're talking about like he was backstage. It's
Oh,
pictures they got out
okay.
now about
Good.
like showing different pictures of them getting ready to come out on this to
Yeah,
do the halftime show. And right before he was about to come on, he was putting out a blunt. But
yeah.
it's Snoop Dogg,
It
So
was
I'm
it
so
was
I'm like
black
everything was
excellence. They
censored.
didn't know what it was right.
So that's why I said I feel like the halftime show could have been better if we didn't have like those nitpicks. Because like even Kendrick Lamar, they had to take out a part of his song because of the police. And I was
Right.
like, everything was censored. That's why I was like, I liked it. Now I love Kendrick. I liked it, but I felt like it could have been better. That was just my opinion.
Gotcha. Reese, let's hear yours.
I wasn't excited because nothing really moved me in the halftime show. I didn't understand why 50 Cent was hanging upside down. Um, you know, Dre playing the piano. Mary came out because I was like, okay, Mary getting ready to show off. She getting, like you say, it was short. I understand you only got a few seconds, few couple of minutes for a show, and I would rather see one person doing an outstanding show than several people doing bits and clips. And I understand we wasn't there for a concert, but my thing is, if you could have had, there's been a lot of Super Bowl shows that just left you like, wow. But that wasn't one for me. And like you said, the controversy with everything at the end, and like you said with Snoop, they told him don't wear the blue to represent the Crip. He came out there with a whole bandana outfit. They told Eminem don't kneel because of the Colin Kaepernick thing. He kneeled. I mean, that's your opinion, that's your right or whatever. Some people really didn't even catch on to it. But And like I said, I never take anything from my artists because they work hard for what they do and they put a passion in it. But that the show, it wasn't that moving for me. It's nothing like I can go back and like, yo, this part right here, that was off the chain. So like I said, it was okay for me.
All right, so you and Nicole, we're gonna have y'all play the next year. We're gonna get the whole full concert. All
I'm
right.
bringing back Tupac and Biggie.
Talking about halftime show. Let me hit the
Holograms.
comment, King, and then you go ahead and give us your thoughts. Give me 1 second. James said halftime show was a complete upgrade and refreshing compared to, yes, it was, because these last couple years. Whew. All righty, King, it's on you.
Okay. First of all, Maurice, just to help you out with the hanging in the club video, he was hanging from a pole like upside down. So that's where that came from. He did a video called "In the Club." The song he was doing in the video that he actually made for it, he's hanging from the ceiling like that. So that's where that came from. Overall, overall, I love the show. As far as bringing Snoop and Dre on there, doing what they did, Am, Mary, Kendrick, and putting that 50 in there because Eminem gave up part of his time just so 50 could perform. So I thought that was cool. Um, as far as Mary, I was disappointed too, Nicole. I just wanted a better tune than the No More. I just thought she should have put another up tempo tune. You know what I'm saying in there? One, like Fine or I thought she would have did Family Reunion or 4-1, just some of the old stuff. Just a couple, something like that that can bring people back to understand who Mary is if they didn't know. As far as Kendrick, I was looking for a tune that I knew because when he sung, I was like, yeah, I don't know this song. I just remember Lamar from his first album. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I don't listen to him like that. I like him, but I don't listen to him like that. So I was looking to see one of the tunes that he had hit hard when he first came out. So that's the only thing that threw me from his performance. You know what I'm saying? Snoop definitely. How can you not like Snoop if you like his music and Dre? So overall, for them to do it for hip hop to be the first time ever on the Super Bowl stage, yeah, I give them kudos for what they did. And when you said about Mary, he has worked with Mary before. So and then Mary being how she is like the queen of hip hop soul, I think that's why they brought her in there. Being that they've been in the game, all of them been in the game 20 plus years except Kendrick, as far as on the big stage. But to me, they brought it together. It worked. But with the Mary, I was looking for a better tune. Kendrick, I was looking for something that I knew that he had done. Other than that, yeah, to me, they did a decent show. They like Nick said, that was a lot better than the last how many Super Bowl halftimes have been a joke. Like you said, I turned it on halftime just so I couldn't see what the whack shows they don't have for the last few years. So that was definitely, like my man said, refreshing to be able to see hip hop first of all on stage. You know what I'm saying? But to know that, yeah, okay, why don't y'all think more about us and put some good music? Like me and Keita was talking about, one day we want to see New Edition. I don't know if that ever happened, but we would love to see New Edition on the halftime. Like some of the groups, New Edition, New Kids on the Block, just to see that, that'd be something. But other than that, that was my thoughts on it. So I give it the light. I'm not gonna give it to the middle order. I'm gonna give it the light.
It gave me everything. The last few years, it has been, yeah, it gave me absolutely everything. I loved the whole direction of it. I love the area views. I love the dancers. I loved everything, even the way they were able to bring in some iconic spots and places from where they're from. And even in some of the videos that we remember, if you look past the performers, you can see that stuff in the background. I thought it was incredible. Mary sang her whole face off in them boots. Y'all, I want the boots. My birthday's in May. So I'm gonna need y'all to get on that. But I loved it. I did. So we're gonna get last minute thoughts on everything from y'all in just a moment. Nicole, I'm gonna start with you. But there was nothing I did not get from that show. It was so good. And that may have been the only way I was gonna get to see Mary at a halftime show, because sometimes the networks be tripping. I'm gonna say that. So what are your last final thoughts about anything that we talked about today? Nicole, it's on you.
Let's see. We talked about the halftime show, which was good. Like I said, Mary's my girl, so I was looking for more. Um, Kevin Samuels, he's a person. And that's all you can say about that. Um, I still don't believe that there's a sexual value if you got children or not. Appreciate it because I can say I'm high value because I ain't got no kids. um, what was our other topic? What was our other topic? Kevin Samuels.
Kiki,
Your
Don't tell.
friend spending the night.
Kiki
Oh
shit.
yeah,
Friend
friends
spending the
spending
night.
the night. That yeah. Um, yeah. As long as I set boundaries. I mean, me and my husband. I still feel like it's between me and my husband, and the way that my friends respond to my husband, um, and my vice versa, then that lets me know the value of my friendship to them. And the value that I am to my husband. Respect is key always. Um, Other than that, we had great topics tonight, and it really made you think. Yeah, I looked at a couple of Kevin Samuels shows, and he does now. I give him this. He does ask some deep questions. Now his response I don't always agree with, or I do not agree with, but it makes you think. And I love a man that challenges my mind. So in that aspect, I could see what like I respect that part. Like he had one on there. He asked her, um, if you want a man to do XYZ for you, and this is what he has to be for you, what are you to him? What are you bringing to the table? And we're not just talking finance, we talk because he can find that anywhere. And then let's get on another topic. But still, I love the question that he asks, and it makes you think. But his delivery is all the way completely to the left wrong. But yeah, that's my thoughts. Glad to be on this podcast.
Thank you so. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All righty, Reese.
First of all, like I said, going back to the Super Bowl, it was like I said, it was refreshing to see again because I haven't watched the Super Bowl show in the last 3 or 4 years because, like I said, I haven't been excited about watching, but I was looking forward to this one. Like I said, it was what it was, and like you say, to see the culture up there, that was a great thing to see us more up there on the forefront of TV to bring us out. Um, as far as friends coming to spend the night, like I said, it's a trust and factor thing. And like I said, if you my true friends, my door is always open. And as long as you don't cross the line, because I got plenty going. So we gonna keep that like that. But and the other question, what was it? Uh I'm like Nicole. We talked about the ladies spending the
Kevin,
night.
Kevin with the Kevin, Kevin.
Oh, yeah, what you call him? KSBS, whoever he is. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about them. But like I said, it's been great being on the show. I love it. From the first day I got on here, I was nervous, but now just being comfortable with King and Nick and King and Nicole and everybody else that was on here before with the fellas, it's just been a great ride. I look forward to sometime coming back on as a guest. I mean, it's just I left Charlotte today because I told Nick I said, "Hey, I got a show to do tonight." So I got on the road and came back because I am not gonna miss this. But like I said, it's been a great ride. I love you all and look forward to talking with y'all again. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, he did get on the highway to be back in time to be here. It is not recognized and definitely appreciated. Thank you, Nicole, so much. King, what are your final thoughts as we wrap up? Talia said that our
All
interview
right.
is dope. Thank you, Talia.
Appreciate that, cousin. So, yeah, like I said about the halftime show, overall, definitely enjoyed it. It was good to see hip hop being introduced on one of the world's largest platforms, which is the Super Bowl. So that was definitely good to see. Always making marks and you know, just making our first on a lot of platforms, and this was the first. As far as the Kiki Shepard situation, hey, it's like you said, it's left up. I mean, Kiki Shear. That's
Sarah,
I'm sorry, I'm thinking about the
you
Apollo.
don't win another
I'm
Apollo.
thinking about the Apollo. I went straight Showtime. Yeah, Kiki Sheard. Yeah, I mean, I understand it. That's the way it is because I know sometimes you just don't even want to bring that in, into the situation. So, everything, everybody's cool with it. Friends stay at a hotel, and that's how that's cool. Y'all still cool. Friendship still there. It's all good. My boy Kevin, y'all, Kevin Samuels. Hey, I'm sorry. People don't agree with a lot of this stuff. His delivery, really, I do think he is kind of rude when he brings back his responses. But for a lot of the stuff that he be kicking, like Nicole, you say he deep. He does hit some people with some reality stuff. Some women, make them think like, yo, okay, if you want to understand trying to get to this level, this is what you need to understand. This is how life is. So with the value thing, such value. I mean, this is how people look at life. It's real, and I don't think a lot of people don't understand that this is what society is. Period. Sometimes this is the way some people think. I ain't saying everybody, but this is the way some people think when they rate for whatever reason. How they rate them, this is what they think. You know. So over that, I enjoy. Yes. So other than that, yo, Nick, Cole, I love you. I enjoy your energy being here because you give me that, so I like that. You know how we go. So I enjoy that comment. You know what I'm saying? It's all love. Definitely all love. Always glad when you're on the show. Reese, you know how we go because I know you be like, but you got to understand, that was the old chill. So all that information I bring to you, that's who that is. That's who that was when I was running the streets like that. So, other than that, this brother ain't nothing like him anymore. All right, and I'm always glad when you're here because you know that. Looking forward to celebrating next month. Don't forget, you gotta let me know about my room because I can't stay on the floor. Okay, all right. And you got steps. I don't like to climb steps, so you know how that go. So,
Leave
I'm glad y'all
that
here.
for after the
Enjoy
show.
everybody that listens in. Love you. Okay, my bad. I'm through. The king is out.
It says come back. I think they said come back to New York, bro.
What's up, boy?
So I'm gonna give my wrap up thought, and then I'll give our word of the day. Because I gotta say this about some of the things that Kevin Samuel does, and I'm gonna say it because it's a lot of impressionable young women that go to him for advice because he says he's the uncle, he's the whatever, and a lot of them have not had fathers in their lives, so they look to him. Why would you go and allow yourself to be abused? I understand you may not know no better, but he says some things to them that's very damaging. I don't like it. I think it's totally disrespectful. I think the value that he puts on a woman is so superficial. I can't take the advice that comes along with it. It's all in the delivery from beginning to end. If you really care enough to pour into these young Black women, then you pour into them leading with love. You don't pour with condescending, calling them ghetto trash, having little sound effects that talk about them and call them all kind of stuff, tell them get the F off my stage, shut the F up, I'm talking, interrupting them. Like, it's a whole lot. I'm gonna be quiet because I'm starting to go there. But I don't like the fact that it's not only just impressionable to these young women, but it's to the young men that watch, because there's a lot of groups that have discussions based on his philosophy of what high value is. So my word that I want to leave you guys with till next week is boundaries and value. You set them for yourself, and you don't let nobody tell you what they are. You don't let nobody lower them for you, and nobody can value you but you. And nothing values you on the outside of you like your looks and how many kids you have and all that superficial, stupid stuff. Because when it's all said and done, it's who you are as a person. And I'm a hush because he really ticks me off. With that being said, if you guys are ever interested in joining us, coming on stage, or sending us a topic that you would like to hear our opinion on, please do not hesitate to send us an email. Email us at nickandking@gmail.com. If you have not done so, please follow us on Facebook and Instagram. You can always find us live as well as replays over on YouTube. Find your girl. That would be me over on YouTube as well as SoundCloud and any place you'd like to hear your favorite podcast played. You can also visit my website at theobstacleovercomer.com. I've already given you the word of the week. There's nothing else left to be said. I think we could do what to the mic, y'all? Drop it. Again, thank you so much, Nicole. I'm going to unmute everybody. Nicole, Shawn, King. It was good to have you guys here again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to everybody
Yep,
in the
yep.
audience. Y'all are
Kudos, kudos.
incredible. We love y'all in
Yes,
the audience.
yes.
So with all that being said, we are done. Kings and queens, keep reigning.